Ever wonder why some people seem to have a golden touch, like everything they do turns into success, while others struggle no matter how hard they try? Is it luck? Magic? Some secret billionaire handshake we don't know about? Nope. It all comes down to one thing: attitude. And today, we're diving into the legendary wisdom of Earl Nightingale to crack the code on success. So, sit tight, because what you're about to hear could literally change your life. Hello, this is Earl Nightingale. Before we start, I'd like you to know that I'm not going to try to tell you how to live your life. That's none of my business, nor is it anybody else's business. That's your business. Nor is this Lead the Field program a collection of pleasantries, platitudes, or pablum. It is a summation of more than 20 years of research on one subject. That subject is: why do some people do so well in life while so many more do not? The first thing let's talk about is the magic word. The experts call it the most important word as far as the results we get from life are concerned. This is true in this or any other language. That word is attitude. It is our attitude toward life that will determine life's attitude toward us. Let's face the fact honestly that we shape our own lives. The shape of our lives will be determined by our attitudes. A person with a poor attitude toward learning, for example, isn't going to learn much until he changes his attitude. If we take the attitude that we cannot do something, we generally will not do it. If we have an attitude of failure, we are whipped before we start. So we know, then, that what we receive from life, what we accomplish or fail to accomplish, is due in large measure to our overall attitude. William James of Harvard University put it this way: the greatest discovery of my generation is that human beings can alter their lives by altering their attitudes of mind. Isn't it wonderful that we have this measure of control? Before we start talking about our attitude toward the world, let's talk about our attitude toward ourselves. It is the attitude we take toward ourselves that determines our attitude toward the world. Right here, we come to a rather strange fact. We're so familiar with ourselves that we tend to take ourselves for granted. We tend to minimize the things we can accomplish. We tend to minimize the goals we can reach. For some strange reason, we believe others can accomplish things in our field which we cannot. There are literally millions of human beings living narrow, darkened, frustrated lives. They are living defensively simply because they take a defensive, doubtful attitude toward themselves. As a result, they take a defensive attitude toward life in general. Many people are suspicious of and oppose change. Yet, change is the one thing in life on which we can absolutely count. People who stay young all the years of their lives not only welcome change, but see it for what it really is: new opportunity, new chances for further fulfillment. Attitude is a reflection, a result, of a person's will. It is incalculably powerful. It can bring about marvelous results for us. But we need to train it patiently, day by day. Now, let's talk about the attitudes of people who are successful. These are the top 5% of people who go sailing through life from one success to another. Even when they fail at something, they shrug it off and head right out again. No matter who the person is or what he does, successful people have the right kind of attitude. You find them in sales, business, executive roles, professions, public service, and religion. You find them in all fields of endeavor. Wherever you find a person doing an outstanding job and getting outstanding results, you will find a person with the right kind of attitude. These people take the attitude toward themselves that they can accomplish what they set out to accomplish. They believe there is no good reason on earth why they cannot be competent and successful. They have a healthy attitude toward themselves. As a result, they have a healthy attitude toward life and the things they want to accomplish. Because of this, they achieve some remarkable things. They come to be called successful, outstanding, brilliant, lucky, and many other things. But quite frequently, they are no more brilliant or outstanding than the majority of the people by whom they are surrounded. They simply developed the right attitude. Because of this, they found their accomplishments not too difficult. Many times, they found their accomplishments surprisingly easy. This is because so few are really trying and really believing in themselves. Successful people come in all shapes and sizes. They vary widely in intelligence, background, and so on. But they all have one thing in common: they expect more good out of life than bad. They expect to succeed more than they fail. If you want something worthwhile, take the attitude that there are more reasons why you can have it than reasons why you cannot. Set out to earn it. Go after it. Work at it. Ask for it. 9 times out of 10, you will get it. Our environment is really a mirror of our mental attitude. If we don't like our environment, we have to change our attitude first. The world plays no favorites. It is impersonal. It doesn't care whether we change or not. Adopting a good, healthy attitude toward life doesn't affect the world nearly as much as it affects us. It is impossible to estimate the number of jobs lost due to poor attitudes. It is impossible to estimate the number of promotions missed due to poor attitudes. It is impossible to estimate the number of sales not made due to poor attitudes. It is impossible to estimate the number of marriages ruined due to poor attitudes. But we can number in the millions the jobs held but hated. We can number in the millions the marriages tolerated but unhappy. This is because people are waiting for the world and others to change toward them. Instead, they should be wise enough to make a test that will prove where most of the trouble lies. Studies of thousands of successful people show they radiate confidence. They radiate assurance. They expect success, and they get success. You can spot these people by the way they walk. You can spot them by the way they look and act. You can feel their presence when they enter a room. They may be short, fat, tall, thin, or anything in between. But they have the attitude of success. In the record Greener Pastures, I'll discuss this further. But right now, I want you to realize that in 5 years or less, you can get to the top of your work. I know this. But do you know this? The minute you do, you'll have the right attitude I'm talking about. The easiest and most effective way to form a good attitude habit is to act as though you already have it. Walk, act, and look as though you belong to the top 5%. If you've never tried it, you'll be amazed at what happens. Actions trigger feelings just as feelings trigger actions. A good attitude can change your life as dramatically as walking from a darkened room into bright, clear daylight.